Alice Ginger Morrison Bloetscher was born December 29, 1931, in East Jordan, Michigan, to William and Mary Morrison. When she was young, her family moved to Detroit, where she grew up on Cabot Street and attended Chadsey High School, graduating in 1950. After graduation, Morrison struggled to find a job, which ultimately led her to join the U.S. Army. After enlisting in Detroit, Morrison left for basic training at Fort Lee, now Fort Gregg Adams, in Virginia. After completing basic training at only 19 years old, Private Morrison was selected to work on a project at the Pentagon. In her role, she worked alongside General Dwight David Eisenhower, the general who famously led the Allied forces to victory in the Second World War. In her time together at the Pentagon, Eisenhower became friendly enough to call her by her first name, though while he called her Alice, she always referred to him as Sir. In 1951, when General Eisenhower was tasked with assembling a team to go to Rocquincourt, France, to begin setting up NATO's Supreme Headquarters, Allied Powers Europe, or SHAPE, Eisenhower personally asked Private Morrison to be a part of his team. Though the exact work she did in France is unknown, the memories she made there was a source of pride for her that lasted a lifetime and earned her the rank of sergeant. Alice Ginger Morrison was honorably discharged from the Army in 1953 and returned to civilian life. After her time in the Army, Mrs. Morrison was hired at General Motors, and soon after met her future husband, Wendell Bloetscher, at a party. After their marriage, the couple moved to Dearborn Heights. Together, they had 2 children, first a daughter, Amy, in 1965, and then in 1968, they welcomed their son, Paul. Later in life, the family moved to Canton, Michigan, and became an important member of the community, volunteering her time to many local organizations. Mrs. Bloetscher spent time volunteering at local animal shelters and delivering Meals on Wheels to senior citizens. When she was young, she described herself as a wanderer, and in her senior years, Mrs. Bloetscher was also constantly on the move and keeping herself busy. After retiring from a job at Gorman's Furniture, she continued to volunteer and clean houses in the community, and dedicated a significant amount of her time to traveling and helping to raise her grandchildren. Mrs. Bloetscher's golden years were spent surrounded by the people she loved, doing the things she loved. She moved to Dearborn to live with her son, read novels, complete crossword puzzles, and attend the theater to keep her mind sharp. Though not all of us will have the opportunity to work alongside a future president, we can all learn something from Mrs. Bloetscher's life. Her life was spent in service to her family, her community, and of course her country. Mrs. Bloetscher stepped up when her country needed her, and she served her country with undoubtable commitment. During this transformative time for women, Mrs. Bloetscher stepped up and undertook an important role in the military, demonstrating the value of women in roles of importance. After her service to the country, Mrs. Bloetscher seized opportunities as they presented themselves, stepping in whenever she needed and doing so with grace and humor.